Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to a special little mini arc on Tones and Tales RPG. See, they thought they had me, but I had them. That's how that works.
Keep telling yourself that.
Anything else, we sleep at night. We return to our companions in the Undying League, who, in the wake of the assault of the cleaners, have taken a few days to heal, spent some time with the clergy members of the Queen of Corvus Church in Hunfrace in the southern borders of Miros.
My horn's floppy.
Your horn is floppy.
You did get a couple of flax.
It happens to everybody. Okay?
Performance anxiety.
Happens to the best of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's as good a time as ever. Let's find out. Let's head home. And head home we shall on tonight's episode of Tomes and Tales. Ooh!
A story from Tomes and Tales RPG. Hey guys, editing Seb back again. We had some weird bugs with our audio. Once again, we're still perfecting this. I think we finally figured it out once we finish this arc. So you're getting camera audio for this special one shot, but hey, we're getting there and it doesn't sound too bad. So enjoy the Undying League.
And welcome back.
Thanks.
Thanks. The hour is late into the evening of this day. Lelianna, her husband Finnegan, Vasco, Mac, and Ostara returned to the Church of the Queen of Corvus after what some would call a successful assault on the cleaners' hideout, hidden somewhere beneath a rickety pub known only as the Drain. The Drain no longer exists. It is a smouldering ruin of what it once was, an effort seen to by our party here and collected. Your attack on the establishment, thankfully, was overshadowed by a larger issue. Upon your entry into the city, your collective attention was drawn to all the carriages heading towards somewhere deeper into the city, a gala that was being put on by the heads of the city council and its constituents. It seems that there was a panic at the disco, as many were seen fleeing, stating a violent escalation on the dance floor of the gala, which now in a handful of days since has been explained away as a rogue act of vigilantism. One of the city's new automatons being engraved with sunken set scum upon its very chassis. This for you, however, was perfect. A smooth escape into the shadow of the night and the safety of the church. As we move back into the church, early into the night, we move into the mess hall as many of the acolytes are seen sharing their dinner together. And on a smaller table off to the side, we see our party. So just in case anyone who is tuning in for the first time that perhaps hasn't seen the Undying League Arc 1, we'll go around the table and we'll reintroduce our party members here in Collected and what they would be doing on the back of a successful quote-unquote mission. This is the perfect time for me to have work.
Firstly, thank you. Secondly, I'm Finnegan. I'm handsome and sexy. You know I'm sexy. He is a nobleman Asima, and he's a bard fighter. A barter, if you will.
A barter. I love that.
He's definitely bartered for some hall passes. Oh, yeah, he has. I don't have a gun, but I've got a mace. Oh, and they laughed and laughed and laughed. Kill husband. Yeah. On that note, I am. This one's all we foo. Lelianna is a not a life cleric anymore. She's a grave cleric. That's right. She deferred, and she is just a big teal tiefling who loves her husband very much. Help me.
There's just claws in your back. Like...
Oh. With a sharp tug of pubes and a ruffle of skirts, there is a reminder of their awful, awful awful best friend, Vasco the halfling,
Saves glasses
deep
off.
in his cups, enjoying the revelry of a good success. He continues to be the bane of both Finnegan and Lelianna's existence. You know how we don't like firstborn children? He is that firstborn
He
child.
is indeed that firstborn child.
Thankfully, I'm adopted.
First adopted child gets hated even more.
Technically, he wasn't because we didn't want him. I adopted them.
A stray, if you will.
Yeah.
Running theme for this table, it seems.
They keep feeding me.
No, you keep stealing from us. The rat poison and just his immune system just keeps powering through. We don't know how he does it.
It's that halfway fucking
It's like we never left.
How
do I follow that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, a lot less intense than that one. Sorry.
That's what they all say.
Sitting in a corner somewhere, just emanating mold, is
Asbestos.
is Ostara, who is a spring eldrin, mostly spring, just playing with all the spores and little mushrooms and shit that she can create as a druid.
Then, in the middle of the room, trying to get as much attention as he possibly can, standing around, is a shirtless, animalistic-looking, 6.5 foot tall mountain of a man.
Makes me look less manly.
Did we hide the baby wheel?
Antlers. Yeah, a flying baby wheel. Shiny.
That's why you see no kids running around the church.
Oh, he's trying to show off to any of the raven priests that he can.
The acolytes and
yeah,
shit.
he's just trying to get as much attention as possible. There's a large, animalistic, half, almost like a deer person.
Hell yeah. Love that. The original plan. Head into the city proper, take out the cleaners, and return to the church and be teleported back to Thessendras, the capital city of Valikrinos, which is where you all hail from. As they tend to do, however, the plan changed. Unsure of possible retaliation, Headmaster Ryandel asked you all to stay for a few days longer. But in the best case scenario that nothing happened, you were free to relax, train, partake in prayer, whatever your preference. In the few days of reprieve, awaiting a possible retaliation, you all spent time with the many members of the clergy here in the church, and with their aid were able to hone in on more lost memories and skills long forgotten, an added benefit for potential future endeavours. So from when we last joined them, they were level 9, I believe. You guys are now level 11. But alas, as all good things do, your time here in Nunerishad draws to a close. And during your dinner, your table is approached by one of the acolytes. So there's the mixture of noise and, the sounds of dinner and meals being shared by this point, it's like 60, 70 people. It's a huge fucking temple. These young adult human females, beautiful dark skin, curly black hair that reflects the torchlight, wearing the long black robes with the speckles of white to simulate the molting raven's feathers, all that sort of stuff. She leads in, she goes, I am sorry to disturb your meal, masters, but the headmaster would like to see you afterwards if that is all right with you.
Of course. Whatever the church asks of us.
Wonderful. You finish what you're doing. Looks at Matt sitting in the fucking middle of the eating area.
Hands it up. Do you get my back? Oh, get him deep.
Wonderful. I will let him know that you're coming when your dinner's finished. Thank you. And she proceeds to leave. Anyone who would like to can make insight checks on this younger human woman.
Oh, that's not great.
I'll not be able to get good enough.
14.
23.
Also a 23.
Damn. What did you get?
Oh, I did not roll. I opted not to.
Okay,
I am
good.
fuming that there is another man here.
Not good.
What?
Meets it.
You're not in
boy.
eyesight range.
With,
it's just like,
with an 8 on the die, you all can't help but notice, but for a split second, as she goes to walk back up the stairs where, Headmaster Ryandel's room, she, quickly sneaks another look back at Mac and then proceeds to, waddle off.
you've got your ins. Get it.
But yeah, you guys are sharing a meal together, having dinner. You've got your own little. You're kind of treated as minor celebrities here in the nature of what you've done for the city. So I want to turn it over. What do you think your guys' dinner would look like as you're all sitting together at this small little table, isolated from the rest of the clergy? What do you think it would look like? Is there anything happening immediately right now?
Just arm over Lelianna's chair.
That's a bit cute.
Lelianna's got her her elbows tucked in. She's eating very meekly, very properly. Everything is segregated nice and evenly on the plate. The peas do not touch the mash. The meat does not touch the peas. There is no sauce. That's just messy. There's no need for that kind of messiness on her plate. And she is doing little sections, bite-sized everything to get the whole meal.
Lelianna likes her food like she likes her men. Neat and compartmentalised.
As you're trying to do it, Matt just knocks into you as he's just scooping as much food onto the plate that he can kind of pile.
All you hear is, oh, far out.
Sorry about that.
It's all right, Mac.
And he's got this huge plate of food, but he keeps just reaching for more from the table.
She watches
Her chicken wing disappear.
That's veggies. Good for you anyway. That will suffice.
A blank bone comes back down to your voice.
Oh, delightful. I'm full.
I think Ostara's sitting 5 or 10 feet away so that the spores don't spread out. Just sit quietly in the...
There's just a tiny hand that grabs one of the mushrooms off your wherever they usually sprout from. And he's using it as seasoning.
See that? It's got little ones just every now and then sort of throw them at you.
He just adds them to his plate.
Jesus Christ.
What are the effects? Oh.
Pupils dilate.
Maybe we catch him for 10 minutes. He's K-holing in the back of the kitchen in a pot of water. I can't feel my legs. Seen that a few times. Anyway, you finish your dinner and you ascend the stairs leading to the headmaster's quarters. While a foreign place in a foreign land, you've grown familiar with these steps. The flow of the left foot, right foot, a slight turn to the left to right has ingrained itself into your minds. The odd discrepancies of each stone stair now programmed into your memory, or rather, what active memory you have left. The echoes of your steps fill the chamber as you happen upon the doors to Ryandel's room. The young acolyte smiles warmly as she bows and proceeds to open the door for you all. Inside, you're met with the same office you've seen a handful of times these past few days. A bed, a writing desk covered in papers, the cabinet full of artifacts and curios belonging to the church, the mannequin adorned with his armaments, and in front of the desk, Ryandel stands with another churchgoer you've seen up and around, but had the pleasure of meeting. An elderly elf, old, capital O-old.
No, the NPC!
Turns to dust. But he's got this, he's hunched over, a tall staff, but a really bright smile. He smiles so big that his eyes and cheeks squish up, so you can't really see his eyes. And Ryandel takes notice of you all. He goes, come, sit, please. As he gets up and walks to the door to welcome you all inside very properly.
Above the table. Is this the old motherfucker from... the one that we took back to your son?
Oh,
remember the cloud of silence?
Henry?
Henry, yeah, Henry.
Oh, yeah.
Funny enough, that's literally the next bit of dialogue. He goes, this is Henry. He is our staff mage here at this chapter of our church. As he gestures towards this old elf, he goes, why, hello there, young ones. My name's Henry. It's a pleasure. Quite a pleasure, yes. As he smiles more, holding something. You don't know if he's holding onto it, just out of habit, or if he, really needs it to stand. It's a...
Oh, no. Thoughts to himself.
Can I find out?
What'd you roll?
2 types of people in this world.
Oh, that's evil.
A 19.
Can I please roll a perception or a dexterity to try and catch it before he does it?
Mum eyes should give you advantage.
It was a
Right?
sleight of
Yeah.
hand check.
Yeah, my eyes, yeah, bet so less. Oh, I'm gonna fucking. Okay. That's a 26 on perception. Can I roll like a dexterity or something to try and intervene before he
Absolutely.
kills this old man?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would that just be a straight dexterity or?
Dexterity check, yep.
Yeah, alright. Oh, fuck. My
Character
dex,
is fun.
it's not
I love
grand.
Vasco so much.
Clammy hands. Oh. Oh, one shy, it's an 18.
No, I'll say, because what was your sleight of hand? It was something stupid. 20-something?
19.
19. What I'll say with an 18 to a 19 is you cannot stop Vasco pulling, like, Vasco walks past these halfling feet, just goes, and kicks the staff, and he goes, oh, I'm going down, and he goes to fall, and it's, you're not quick enough to stop it from happening, but you are quick enough to quickly catch him on the way down, and you got his arm, and he's like, oh, thank you, my dear.
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it.
You're a little bastard.
Reaching over the back, just grabbing like the scruff, you picking you up.
It's dog swimming legs, as he says.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Yeah. Oh, you're about to get fucked up.
Yeah, that's it. Fucking deserved.
14.
As you're like doing, you're like, what I did do, and you're now just frozen in place.
Drop.
Hey!
Well, that'll teach you to behave, won't it?
Yeah, it worked the first time.
I think I broke it.
Rydell, watching this whole thing, you see he's like leaning, he's got that old man, like kind of hot old biker lean on the thing where he's like rubbing his eyes, like. Anyway.
Please.
Henry here is an adept spellcaster, if I dare to say so, and he will be the one to send you home if you are ready to leave.
Yeah. I believe so. Everyone feeling good? Vasco doesn't count?
Oh.
I'll pick Vasco up by the leg this time.
Yeah.
Just like holding him down by my side, just sort of like.
Like a little handbag!
Damn.
I'm here for this.
I feel like
But
you're
this is
tall
not what I
enough.
meant when I said manhandle me.
I feel like
been shopping bag.
I feel like Mac is definitely tall enough to hold him at like an arm relaxed height where
That's what I
Vasco's
mean,
head
it's just
still
there,
wouldn't
it's
touch the
just sort of
floor.
swinging.
Eventually, as the blood's beginning to rush to your brain and you can do nothing to stop it, it's only 1 minute, and you're just like, oh, and you're instantly hit with like a migraine because all the blood's in your brain.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Unhand me. He's trying to reach up and slap away the hand, but he can't.
Yeah, upside down.
Hold you out at a distance and just keep holding you by the leg.
It's like a free roll.
Ryan Dell smiles and he goes, I cannot in my mother tongue or the common word begin to tell you how much your actions mean to us and mean to me. I joined the League in my youth to make a difference, to do something right in the world. Right some wrongs, and in doing so I found my way to this church. Foolish dream to think that an ex-soldier can clean up a city of this size filled with this much hatred. But with what you did, we might actually stand a fighting chance. And he kind of like looks to old Henry, who's just like, just happy to be there kind of vibe. And he goes,
Pardon me.
now, pulls out some spectacles. I'm not 100% familiar with the time discrepancies, but Velikronos is the next stop over. 9 days earliest by sea. 5 hours if you fly. And he kind of mumbles off as he starts doing internal math. It'll still be night time by the time you arrive, as he figures out where he's at. Now, I myself haven't been to Velikronos in many, many moons, but I've got a pretty good memory of where to put you. Oh, but I dare say if you get the chance, you should go visit this beautiful treetop village in the woodlands. It's beautiful. Brother Henry, focus, please. Oh, yes, you're quite right. My apologies. My mind wanders in my old age. And you find as he's like kind of mumbling to himself more so about like getting you guys there. Just as you guys like, so because it's like there's kind of like the desk and then like there's the chairs and you guys are kind of all around. Just like in between you all, like if the camera was up and here's all your heads, you just see the little head and like receding hairline of old Henry as you realize he's on the ground like chalking the floor, like pulls out like chalk and like little stones and stuff from his back and begins putting together a teleportation circle. He's basically kind of like, oh well, this is where it's gonna go, too bad if you don't like it. And he like includes like some of the chairs and shit as well. But you basically got like 5 minutes before he finishes this circle. If there's any questions you want to ask or that pertain to your mission, anything like that, this is a free moment for me to giving you to interact and ask any questions that you might still have.
Max dropped Vasco at this point and found a piece of the chalk that's been done, and he's drawing like dicks in the corners of the teleportation circle.
Old Henry notices it and he goes, that's a good one. I'd be careful though. If it thinks it's part of the ruins, it'll put one on your head.
Draws bigger ones.
Every time he turns away from one, I erase it and make it smaller.
Lelianna, what do you got? I see some furious clicking.
I gotta fix my floppy horn and break it. So annoying
She's just
when I move my
gonna-
head.
She's going to with like a little bit of a cantrip. She just like notices I'm having a bit of a dick war, and she just looks over and rolls her eyes and flicks her finger, and like a little burst of air just like blows it off the off the wooden floor.
Just deletes him off the floor.
Aw.
Okay.
We're all going in the circle. It might not be your head the dick ends up on.
Trying to draw them secretly behind his own back. It's
Can I give the help
It's
action?
just a squiggle.
It's a cantrip, baby. I can keep casting this all day. Bang, bang, bang.
So after about 10 or so minutes, Henry lays out the last symbols and the arrangements that he needs to teleport you all back to your home. The chairs have all been moved away from the runic symbols at this point as he is drawn upon the stone floor of the office. He realizes at the end, he's like, oh, heavens no, you don't want that. Last time I did that and a chair got involved, it ended up inside the fellow. Now, we're ready if you are. As he goes and grabs his stuff and stands at the ready.
Ready?
I'd like to make a very particular point. Vasco agrees to be ready, but right as the teleportation circle goes up, he's just...
To Ryan else. You know what? Make a persuasion check.
Thanks!
I really doubt you're gonna get it. This man's seen hundreds of years of warfare.
And hundreds of bouteilles.
That's a 10.
I think he goes, not in your wildest dreams.
Aww.
Does the Sean Connery from fucking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I've buried 2 wives and had many lovers. There it is.
No! I hate his accent so much.
What's wrong with Bond? James Bond. Every NPC from now on is called Sean, and they all talk like this.
Bring him into the Feywild game.
Sean Connery.
He sounds like a sand shaker.
I fondly remember my Charlemagne. One of the easiest ones to do. Henry begins to swirl the tip of his staff, and the runes begin to glow with like this soft reminiscent blue glow. And Ryandel walks around his desk and begins to stand in front of you as the rune begins to like aerate and pick up speed and pick up like tempo. And he stands very tall and firm, and he just goes, "It has been an honor and a privilege. May we see each other again in a kinder world." And Henry begins to mutter, his eyes begin to glow, and his hands begin to like have those like static bits of electricity as he begins summoning through this magic. And
I love how if he starts doing that and the stick just stays upright, and Lelianna looks to Vasco apologetically. You're right, he didn't need it. He's a liar.
and then it's just gravity just turns on and it's just stuck there. Immovable rod. I got an immovable rod put this bad boy 30 years ago. Ha ha! And it begins to this circle begins to burn, and he goes slips through comrades as he puts a hand on Henry's back and steps away. The room begins to like flow with this soft blue light as Henry's mutterings get a touch louder. And all of a sudden, it's like, instead of being like a quiet hum, it's like like it's building speed. And he goes, "This might be a touch bumpy. It's been a while since I've sent this many at once." The room begins to swirl with a chill breeze, rattling some of the loose papers off of Ryandel's desk, free floating in the air. The glowing blue circle beneath your feet begins to hum and spark with a magical energy. And not unlike Mishka, when she teleported you for the first time, you can feel the charge in the air and the crescendo about to hit its peak. I just need to change this one to that. There we go. There we go. The crescendo is starting to get to its peak. And then all of a sudden, bang! The door flies open. It's that young acolyte from earlier. She has an exasperated look of fear on her face. Something is wrong, but it's too late for you to interject. And she goes, "Headmaster, something has happened!" And her voice is panicked, and the slamming of the door shakes Henry out of his spellcasting. As his eyes open, you see the glowing blue magic as he looks to you all with a look of horror, and the last thing he says to you is, "Uh-oh." And you're pulled out of the church, and you feel yourself getting hurled halfway across the globe in a matter of seconds. And you're pulled into the teleportation, the sudden rush of concussive energy passing through you all. In an instant, you are hit with weightlessness. You feel the rushing of wind past your ears, some moisture fluttering against your skin, and as your eyes open, you look, and you can see the ground coming towards you at breakneck speeds. I need everyone to make dexterity saving throws.
Or can I grab onto Finnegan midair, because I've technically got my shield on my back,
Of course.
and go back first with the shield?
Well, that means he doesn't have to make one, but you do.
Okay. It was a dexterity
Dexterity,
save.
please.
15.
15.
26.
Ooh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna eat shit, but as long as my husband's safe, that's okay.
Okay.
23.
So, everyone succeeds but Lelianna. Believe it or not.
Yeah, they got all that.
12 points for you,
Yeah.
half to 6 for everyone who succeeded. As you just hit the ground at fucking just breakneck speed. For you, I actually think it's quite telling. You have no way to roll into it because you've pulled Finnegan into your body and you're riding your back. So instead of going along with a roll, you just thump hard and you feel all your plate like press into your body. Hairline fractures begin to sprouting in your back and your lower ribs and your arms. Could have been worse, but you did all right.
Cure wounds.
Oh, there you go. What's that look like? As you'll be
A kiss.
a kid.
A kiss and a thank you.
Oh!
It's basically grabbing the head and then just assessing and then cure wounds and gives you a kiss.
I love my husband!
So
How many are you going to collect at this table? Skye's hurry.
As many as
all
it
of my
takes!
characters will be collected by Skye. That is a full of... You get your 12 back because I rolled 8 plus 4, so...
Blessings!
There you go.
You were not harmed.
You guys all
Thank you,
hit
dear.
this. You didn't even have time to take in what ground was coming towards you because at this point you instantly had to try and figure out a way to defend yourselves. And you all hit the ground, rolling into it. There's a fucking metallic thud as Lelianna hits the ground. A big meaty fucking whack as Mac fucking hits the bones. But for you two lighter ones, probably not that bad.
We bounce.
Yeah, you bounce. Come back
I can
down.
imagine Mac like going like horns first, and it's just like a.
That's why that one's broken now.
Yeah.
Oh no! Your joints all scream as you stand to correct your orientation. You feel soft wind flow as it brushes past your face, the clicking of your boots and shoes upon a wooden flooring of some sort. And as your eyes come to focus, some of the teleport and others from the partial bump to your heads key factors begin to appear before you. You aren't in Thessendras, and there's several ways that you can tell this. The most obvious being, you can see the mountain. You can see Carathian, the mountain that Thessendras is built in. You can see it in the distance along the horizon, standing tall and piercing the early morning clouds in the sky. The second thing you notice is how high up in the air you are. You can see into and just beyond most of the tree line that surrounds you. The air is filled with the chittering of like cicadas and crickets and the soft glow of the lamps that touch your skin as your eyes begin to readjust. Looking around, you see the many bodies of thick, gigantic trees holding what is a perfect integration of homesteads and small businesses. This is a village built in the canopy of the trees. There are many buildings that are linked by platforms with ramps and long wooden bridges interconnecting and ladders that go in between like the two layers, all that sort of stuff, in individual like tree blocks, like city blocks, but all mounted onto these giant oaken monstrosities. And if any one of you is brave enough to look over the edge, you're about 200 feet up in the air, give or take, depending on what exact level of the town you'd be on. And scanning across where you are immediately, you're met with the eyes of a young wood elf man adorned in greens with a bow on his back and some daggers on his hip, golden bronze-ish hair, and he's eating a green apple but is standing entirely still. You just fell out of the air. The same air from which you were peered out of thin.
Pardon my French, but where the bloody hell are we?
We're in the trees.
Maybe the
Thank you, darling. You've
Where
done so
are
well.
we? The old senile bat. Got his thoughts crossed.
You're in Dasso. D-A-S-S-O. Dasso.
And where is Dasho in relation to perhaps things nearby?
Looks out of the mountain. Well, I'm not one for extreme geographical information, but I'd say if you're referencing the horn, about 7 days on foot, give or take.
Wrong mountain! Fucking hell.
I imagine that's like in character, like all the birds fly away. Wrong mountain!
Mountain! What's the safest way to get to the horn, as you said?
Well, you did walking?
Yeah.
What's where you're walking? Throws the apple core over the thing. He goes, don't worry about it. We can get you where you need to go. Come. My name's Pip. So, and you see, like, you guys are still standing there, like, and he's already like started working on this. Look, come on, don't just stand there.
Yeah, I
Right?
bet.
Waits for you guys to hold up, and as when you start walking through the town, you see like it's like any other town that you guys would have vague collections of, even like the city and all that sort of stuff. You know, people are going to and from businesses. Like it is late by this point. You know what I mean? With the time difference, it is nighttime. But like there are some people giving you curious glances, but at the same time, like they just acknowledge you. They see Pip, and he just gives them a wave and says something in Elvish, and they kind of just go off on their own speed. And he goes, "Well, the first place I'm going to take you is the canopy. It looks like you need a drink. After all, you did literally fall out of thin air.
I like this guy.
But I've got to ask, where'd you come from?"
Skye.
We came from Hannon Trace.
Oh.
Big city, twin sister cities.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I know a little bit about it. Never really left home. Not really my speed. I prefer it here in the trees. Hey, fair enough. You just went out for a walk? A throw, a fly, a fall?
Yeah, definitely. It was actually the best thing we could do for our backs. We've all got back problems.
Right. Well, you're funny. You're a funny bunch of people. Look, you all look like you've been through hell and back. Why don't you come with me? We'll go get you some hot food. Get the meal in your belly.
We just ate. We did.
Reaches into his bag, pulls out a protein bar.
Oh.
I'm hungry.
Well, if not food, then how about a drink?
I'm thirsty.
I would have been.
Is there somewhere where we can rest?
Yes, the canopy is our bar. It is our inn.
All
You
right.
can sleep there.
Okay. Yes, then, please.
Okay. He begins to walk you all along this these wooden gangways, these planks, these paths that intersect between all these giant trees. And the more you take it in, from where you guys landed to where you walk in, it really is something different. The trees, it almost looks like these trees grew specifically for them to build here. But, you know, that's not, nature doesn't grow in straight lines. It's not how it works. So they've intersected this ability to live amongst everything that was grown there. So you'll see some of the extending branches that don't really have leaves or anything hanging from them. But they've got big lanterns and stuff there, you know, and like you see a couple of guys that have like the long flame torches on sticks and they're lighting lanterns in the trees. It's like, it almost is reminiscent of like a festival kind of vibe, but this is their everyday existence. This is just what it is here, you know. It doesn't look like it's a special occasion. They're just doing this because it's nighttime and people need to see so they don't fall off the fucking walkway, you know. You're 200 feet in the air. But he leads you to this establishment. It's this, it definitely has the facade of like a tavern and an inn. The outside exterior is, for all intents and purposes, entirely a log structure. It's built into the side of this thick-bodied tree. The support beams that were originally intended as independent pieces of the structure have actually since been taken back by the tree. So the tree's grown and absorbed the iron bolts and stuff that have held it within. Have now reinforced it. There are two huge lanterns, like big lanterns, hanging from hooks out the front of the door frame, and a warm, vibrant glow emanates from the two large front windows. The venue itself has a large wooden door that swings open, to which, when Pip goes to enter, he holds the door open so that you may all enter before him to take in the venue. So if there's anything you want to ask him or get information on before we enter, feel free to ask now. But he opens the door to let you all enter the canopy, as it's called.
Just out of pure curiosity. Pure
curiosity.
I fucking hate myself.
Out of context t-shirts.
Yes. Out of curiosity, can I just roll an insight check to see if this guy kind of looks like he's genuinely trying to help out here?
Yeah, go for it.
Or if he's dragging us back here for some other reason?
Go for it.
Vasco's hoping it's some other reason, you sucker.
It's a 19.
He looks like he's on the level. Like, he's saying, you know, let's go get a drink, you know, ease your mind, we'll go for that. That seems genuine. But the second he opens the door to let you in, you can't help but catch a glance of nervousness on his eyes for a split second. It doesn't seem to be about you. It seems to be about something inside the tavern. Or rather, what he might possibly think is inside the tavern.
Well, I'm going to heal it with Jesus.
Jesus? What are you doing? Are you handing him a Bible?
You were taking my comment way too seriously. Please continue.
I was like, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Becky? You know who else is cool? Jesus. When you enter, the inside looks like what it would look on the outside. Very cottage-core-y, very homey. Lots of fucking plants hanging from hangers on the ceiling. The fireplace is entirely made of stone, obviously, so they don't burn the fucking building down. And a multitude of tables and chairs everywhere. A long, fallen oak bar that spreads across the back there. And one half of the community in there seems to be of Pip's community. There's a wood-off man with his human friend drinking what seems like a hard day's work. You can see the callus on their hands from 10 feet away. These guys look like rugged fucking hands. There's a Muradane woman, like a rodentkin, rat folk, all that sort of stuff, with a halfling man sharing a nice dinner, as well as there's some wood elves and Edgenazi females, some humans and a few firbolgs. Just all a manner of different forest-dwelling folk that have all come together to live in this little slice of paradise in such a shitty fucking world. The other half of this tavern are real rough and tumble looking types. Some are big and tough looking, brawler looking dudes with callous knuckles. There's a golden skinned tiefling roguish gentleman with scars all over his face, which are obviously from fucking knife fights. He's just and he hasn't gone to get them fixed up magically. Like he's left them. Things give like it looks like it gives him some sort of character, one of those types. And there's a table full of loud-mouthed ne'er-do-wells. There's a half-orc woman, a human male, a human female, an emissary, like a half-bird folk with like a plate, a big sword on his back, black and red fucking feathers, a hobgoblin, a dwarf, and a tabaxi. The bartender is another Muradane. A male, tall and lean with some smooth features visible through his like light sheen of like sandy fur. And Pip looks around and he just goes, fucking hell. And walks over and pulls you out some chairs at a table that seems to uncomfortably sit right between the divide of the two groups of people.
What's the deal?
As you sit down?
Yeah.
Before you do that, can I get everyone to make perception checks?
Any good?
25.
8.
13.
23.
Dang.
Also 23.
So, this harem, I can't understand. The second, you all notice as you begin to move, one of the folks at the large table, the emissary man, the half-birdkin, as you get a better look at his features, he's got tan skin with an adornment of flamey orangey, more red kind of hued feathers surrounding his like humanoid face with sharp red shoulder-length hair, has black robes underneath a breastplate and a long sword on his back, and you can tell that he's taken notice of you all straight away. So out of the entire table, he's the only one that seems to have paid attention. And as you all move across, he just Terminator style follows you all as you move.
Lelianna's definitely gonna like give a. How was your perception?
Oh, it wasn't great. It was a 13.
Lelianna's definitely gonna give like a very gentle like tap on the back of Vasco's shoulder and just like signals like her fingers off to the side to like show Vasco, because like Vasco's like a little like in the night. So like if he needs his bumhole shit, Vasco's gonna be the one to do it.
You pointed out to Vasco, and it's one of those things where I actually, you know what, I will get you to roll. That can be a sleight of hand check for me, please.
Yeah, right,
you want
yeah.
to try and signal Vasco without him noticing?
That's a 16.
Okay. You're confident enough that you might have got away with it, and you let Vasco know, but he has already
Confident
taken
even
notice.
if I didn't.
He's taken notice of everybody here. He's taken you all in. I just lost where I was going. So the table you pull up is a round table with 6 seats. So when you all sit down, it's like to your rear right sits the table of like the cutthroats, as I would call them, and then to your forward and left hand sides are the two tables of the locals, as you would tend to notice. And in the distance to the farther right hand side of the room is another table with two plain looking folks drinking, paying no mind to the rest of your group. He will people wave to the bartender. He goes, and the bartender looks up and he just goes and signals for six drinks, and like there you go. And
It'd be like,
Yeah.
like come on, no, we're all showing our intelligence. Stop it.
He's learning. We need to be happy for the progression he's making. He can only count to 4.
There's this one learning numbers. There's all of this.
Respect.
Whoa, fuck numbers.
I can respect that. I can respect that a lot.
He's
Good man.
trying to learn numbers so he can keep track of his protein bars.
Yeah.
Well, they don't run out. It reaches into. I'm going to call his haversack a haversnack now.
Nice.
He's got like a little.
Finnegan's just mad that he didn't think of it.
I
No, I think Matt can count to like 12 because they're his reps. Like that's as far as it goes.
Good call. But Pip leans in. He goes, I can assume you can see the difference in the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust them too. And he's looking at the two very normal people.
closer.
That's Irene and Nicholas. They're lovely.
I don't belong here.
They've lived here the longest.
Look around. Tough, 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 tough.
Ignore him, please.
I'm trying. He's making it very hard.
He does that.
Just keep staring at Irene and
What
Nicholas.
is the deal, though?
Well, a couple of months ago, these group of shady types, they come into the village, and we don't turn people away. That's all we do. Start with a few. Start with a few more. A few more become a lot more. More and more people that have lived here for many years are leaving. They don't want to be here anymore. Some of them, they're just gone. House is empty. Nothing taken. Everyone assumes the worst. I try not to assume the worst. I try to assume the best in everybody. But gestures over to the group behind him. As you can tell, a bit hard with the current crowd around here. And after they go missing, within a week or two, us locals try to buy the property back. We pull money together so we can keep the homes in rotation with those who really want to be here. We found that the home has already been purchased. Legally. Binding. Nowhere through it. Without any of us knowing about it. Slowly but surely, whole districts of this village, this town, are being taken away from us.
This is starting to sound like this inn's closing early for today.
I'm sure they have a match somewhere.
Eventually the bartender comes over and just notices the intense conversation and just goes, yeah, too right. Puts his drinks down and just walks away very quickly to try to... Sees the intensity, he just goes, well, I'm not going to disturb this conversation.
There's definitely a little thank you. I didn't even put the drinks down.
Max still staring at people in the corner.
I don't blame this.
Do you think the protein's gone to his head and just cut off vital information?
See, that's what I was thinking. I think maybe his muscles are too big and they're stopping the blood getting into his brain.
That's definitely why.
Mac, for a great challenge for your physique and to really use it to its full extent, why don't you, and then again turns his head towards the couple, don't you think they would really challenge you, push you past a PB?
Back to the other guys. Back to them.
Those normal people look like they'd be very easy to bench press. But
You
those other
definitely want something
He's
that...
considering going to bench press them.
No, Mac.
If you annoy the old couple, you have a tiny wee-wee.
Turns to the other group.
He's a simple man.
Must learn this language.
Can I get everyone's passive perceptions, please?
Absolutely.
18.
18 as well.
What is that?
What was it? 18? Both of you? This Harold.
Please.
What's the passage again?
It was a lapse in judgment, I swear.
Plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, 10.
So only you two notice it. As this interaction is going on with you and Pip and a few drinks, and there's obviously some laughs. We're trying to deter Mac from assaulting the two old people.
They've been here since it all started.
Tiny people.
Let me just check this. Sorry. Continue to talk amongst yourself. Sorry, I realised I've lost myself. Okay. So after a few minutes of conversation, you see that the emissary man, he gets up and he makes a very... he's not judgmental. He actually moves with a bit of grace about him. Carry this huge sword, this plate, he steps along very, very smooth. You find all emissary have this, it's not an appendage per se. They actually have giant elongated feathers on their back, which assists them in gliding. They can't fly, they're not wings. A lot of the way they flare up is actually due to intense muscle control in their shoulders. And they have feathers that obviously shoot up their arms. They've got like kind of talony kind of hands, normal humanoid feet, hair, feathers out their cheeks. It is a variable depending on who it is, but 9 times out of 10, the giant appendage on their back, which oftentimes can be mistaken for a cowl or a cloak, is actually just huge giant feathers that they can't fly with. But as he kind of gracefully moves through the crowd, and he takes one last look at his party, the cutthroats, that we tend to call them, and then you two are the only two that notice it immediately. You see him from his hip. He twirls a small piece of copper wire in between his fingers and then leans down and speaks into it, but due to the volume of the venue, you don't hear anything, so you assume it is a whisper. Anyone who would like to, you two are both spellcasters, so you can make Arcana checks.
Yeah.
And it's kind of thematic that you two are the only two that notice.
It's not great. It's a little bit 14.
14.
Believe it or not, that's exactly what you need.
Oh, thank God.
A copper wire is the core component to the message spell. Or is it sending or message? Message, yeah. He is then lost to sight as he turns and exits the door.
Did you catch that?
I saw the spell and appeared words.
Shit. He's definitely clocked us.
Yeah. We'll burn down some more houses.
I'm normally not one to promote violence, but I am one to promote cleaning up shit.
That was all I needed to hear.
Oh, God.
Lelianna also scared.
So are you two, like, getting up?
Yeah, I reckon.
I'll follow if you go.
While they're lovely people I travel with, the great women.
Strong, independent, violent women.
Yes.
I have to tell you, I'm a heroin addict. I'm addicted to strong, beautiful ladies.
I was wondering where that was going. I was like, get it together.
I was like, what does that drug have to do with that? And I was like, the equations again. They were happening.
Why don't we follow them? We'll walk and talk. Walk and talk. Catch me up as quickly as you can before they start throwing things.
So is everyone getting up to follow this birdman? Yep.
Yeah, if we've seen where he's gone.
He's
then
gone out the door, so if you guys leave within the next 10 seconds, you might get him.
100%. Yeah.
You guys go to leave, and Pip's in the middle and is like, oh.
Walk and talk.
He like throws the coins at it. He pieces out and then dips.
Anyone who's nearby, I'll start a trace.
Oh, plus 10 to your stealth.
Oh, love that.
Just in case we need it.
Yeah, I definitely, because your girl,
Yeah,
she is not quiet.
Disadvantage.
It's the same thing as last
I've got
time.
plenty
where
hands, I'm
it's
so
just the
sorry. I won't blame you if you wipe
between
them.
the place. Stop thinking.
Yeah, it's like bits of fungus grow in between anywhere where there's loose armor, and it stops your armor from making too much noise. Stops your loose canteens jingling across your hip. It's a very unique way of moving about. But you are drenched in spores for about a second.
I love that.
So for a minute, you're just like,
If the plate squish too much, it's like squish.
they're like little campestries, so they got little faces. Like, here we go.
Ow.
Wow.
Lelianna definitely looks at them. She's very impressed. This is probably the quietest she's ever been. She's like, oh, fuck it, this is alright.
This is all right.
I imagine there's like a whole puffing layer under Mac's hooves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
It's just like when you put something on a cat's foot and try it.
There it is. Upon leaving the venue to follow, you guys exit the canopy and you see the emissary man is beginning to move up. There's like a long curving wooden pathway. It's moving up to one of the higher districts. You can see him, and he's walking briskly.
Vasco.
Yeah. Your power on.
Yeah,
Okay,
man, I'm gonna do so stealthily.
Which you can do. So it's almost like because moving stealthily, you go half movement. But then you got pass without trace plus 10, but then as a rogue you get bonus action dash, so it's like it doesn't even matter anyway. So yeah, let's watch this Sonic the Hedgehog bolts of lightning go. Roll for it.
The stealth element?
Yes.
What'd you get? Did I disappoint you?
No, I don't want that one.
Wait.
That's the Masara.
39.
Yeah.
39.
Roll for it.
There just ain't no way. There simply ain't no way. Take the L.
How?
Pass without trace, plus 13 to stealth. Rolled a 16.
You move up, and as quickly as you can sprint without rocking the fucking walkway or tripping something and shattering a pot or something, you are very quickly upon this man. So I would say you're basically within about 15 feet of him while he's briskly walking. You can see he doesn't seem to have taken note of, like, he hasn't reacted in a sense. He goes, oh, that's where I'm going, that's where I need to go. It seems like where he's going is definitely a little bit a ways out. But you're upon him. By this point, you've left this lot in the dust, so it'll be a while before you guys can catch up at all. What do you want to do?
Shadow him.
You can shadow him if you want.
Shadow him. Follow him, see where he's going. And if I get the signal from the party at all, I happen to hear a signal, or see a signal, or notice something that the party would do, I'll stop him.
I think we lost you with that roll.
But I have faith. I have faith.
I can see Skye scrolling through the spell list.
I'm just seeing, like, if I have taken, like, 0 messaging kind of fucking
I have a
spells.
message.
Perfect.
Message, you need to be able to see the target.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sending.
Do we have a sending?
I don't think I get that as my class.
Let me just see if...
Does anyone have Rary's telepathic bond?
Of course not. I'm a bard.
Actually, ignore me for a moment because I haven't taken my other item.
Oh shit, I forgot to send to you, my bad.
That's okay.
Now you and me gonna be looking.
But at this point, what we'll do is we'll go with Vasco tailing this guy.
Yes.
Oh, I can just crack and glow like a torch. That's the signal.
Yeah.
Just like glow stick.
Yes.
And then Vasco's like, it's time.
Truly, every time you take a hit, it's just a crack and then limbs start lining up. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like operational over again. Is there water on the knee? Operation! So, you follow this emissary guy. He walks for about 8 minutes. Decent little brisk pace. Looking over his shoulder, looking over. There's nothing he can roll to be able to spot you. It's impossible. And he ends up going to this building. And it looks like a barracks, kind of. Like just rectangle, in equidistant windows along the edge, 2 bigger windows on the front, singular double door, 2 lanterns, and that's it. There's no building description, no name, nothing that would convince you that it's a business of some sort. But you find he walks, so as he gets to the door, you like stealth behind some like crates and stuff and like have a peek around the corner, and there's a he knocks on the door. That's why we showed up. And Salix, the guy goes, welcome back, Salix. And he walks in and the door shuts behind him. Saelax, if anyone wants to know.
Can I get in behind him and just follow him in?
I'm going to be so real. If you do, they would spot you the second you go in. There's literally a door guy for that exact reason. I let you motherfuckers get away with a lot of shit. I'm not letting you get away with that.
But he's got some long feathers.
It doesn't matter. There's a door guy
I'm
for a reason.
small.
There's no chance. No chance. I'm not letting this happen.
You'd also be past out of trace by now.
Oh yeah, you would have lost past that trace donkeys ago.
Oh yeah, but I still got
Even-
plus 13.
Yeah, even still,
That's
it was,
true.
it was a good enough roll.
But in saying that, were we waiting? Am I waiting to get an interjection here?
Well, no, if you know where he is now,
Yeah.
you can just let us know where it is and then we can all just go in as a group.
Okay.
I reckon.
Why do we follow this guy?
Because we don't like the cut of his jib. And also he's suspicious. As fuck.
Sounded like Philomena Clunk.
Before
He's
I
suspicious
go,
as fuck.
before I go back to the group,
Mhm.
can I just knock on the door? But hide. Knock,
Yeah,
hide.
Oh,
knocking
like
around.
ding dong ding.
The old ding dong dash, is what it is?
Leave a little poo there.
Yeah, okay, you know.
Yeah.
Make another stealth check.
Yeah, right.
You put it in a paper bag and light the bag on fire, so when they stamp on the bag, yeah.
It's poop again! He called this shit poop!
That's a 27.
For once, I actually rolled almost close enough. You knock and dash, and it's literally as you do. I think there's a bit of childish giddiness. You're like, and you fall over quickly, a little halfling scramble, and just as you like alien style, like hide behind the crate, there's a. And you just see these like two deep set sunken eyes. At this distance, you can't really see the colour, but you can see just big fucking eyes behind the thing. An extra lock.
So there's 2 locks on the door based on what I've heard and what was opened when he entered?
There's a possibility there's just one lock, but they just got to go behind the door, so you had no need to lock it. I watch a lot of crime shows, okay? I know how this works.
Yeah, right, but I'll go back to the party with this information.
Okay. What's happening with what's the conversation happening with you guys? And it's like, yeah, I think hard cuts and Pip's just like, look, I'm telling you, if he went over the edge, he's dead, gone, not happening, split, gone. He's not coming back.
Oh, he doesn't go over the edge.
Mac looks over the edge.
Pip comes up behind you. Whoa!
He doesn't.
He literally just shakes himself trying to do it. The shake goes down his arms, reverberates back off Mac.
He's like, fucking hell, big guy. This is crazy.
He'll be back shortly, don't worry.
Who's the feathery fucker?
Salix.
Licks what?
Luke's dicks. And then Mac has this realization, starts reaching around his head, and if there's any dicks.
And he goes, that's a good one. I'm going to call him the next time I see him. I hate that prick. He's part of those, ne'er-do-wells. He's a spell sword. Can swing a sword, do magic.
Can I ask, how many do you reckon that there are of that kind? If you could give a rough estimate. How much of, like, your area do they populate now?
Last time me and a couple of the lads did a head count, looking at about maybe 40 heads,
Oh, please.
maybe 50.
We've taken bigger shits.
Apparently there's a couple of like head honcho bosses that like to hide out, but they don't really come out in public much.
So what you're telling me? I rolled a 32 on stealth.
Jeez. By the Queen, I really wish you'd stop doing that.
But Becky loves me too much to stop me.
Becky, let me smash.
Becky, I got blue.
How about blue?
So what you're telling me is, we got to knock all these bosses on the head so you guys can sweep out the shit.
I mean, maybe.
Can you get us an itemised list of the houses that they've purchased, possibly?
Oh, dude. Take me a day or two, but yeah, I think I can do that.
We've got time. We've got time. We were just heading back anyways.
It's not like we had anything else to do.
We've got time.
If you, yeah, sure. Give me a day or I get a day or two to get some information. I've got a friend that works with like the local council and all that sort of stuff. They have all the documents. I can probably get it. Maybe if not by tomorrow afternoon, at least by the next day morning, for sure.
New clubhouse, guys.
Yeah.
As payment for our task, we can have a new clubhouse.
No,
Treehouse
we do not
clubhouse.
need another house, Vasco.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
We left the other one so far away.
In his defense, his first house is really creepy, honey.
They have a house.
This one has a view.
I don't have a house. Let's get a house.
They really killed us.
Can we have a house?
We could take them shit building.
I like that, Brim, actually. Thank you.
You like it because I nearly killed Vasco.
Shh, don't remind me.
As far as I'm sure something can be arranged to possibly get you arrangements here if you want it.
I do like the trees.
You know, do you have any relatives? Sisters, cousins, brothers? I fucked the words up. Sisters, cousins, brothers.
Looks at you guys like with this. I don't know.
We've got.
Don't look at us. We don't know your lineage.
There's a.
There's the moment for him when he realizes he doesn't remember.
Let me just look. I think I
Stop it. Stop it. You're short wiring him, guys. I can see the
Nosebleed.
steam.
There's a girl that lives here. She's been there for a few years. She's kind of like herself. Her name's Kaylin. She kind of reminds me of you with the whole.
Trying to look up, figure out what you're talking about.
Don't roll your eyes too hard. You'll hurt yourself.
So here's my
Say
suggestion.
less.
Here's my suggestion.
Yes.
You should hear this too.
Alright.
Here's my suggestion.
Pedro?
And you should know this too.
Is this one?
We clean out all the houses,
Yes.
and then as payment, we ask for the biggest one.
Or we take there's that shit house that they have at the back. Then they get to keep it there. As family homes, we get that one.
No. We get a nice one.
We can make it nice.
I agree with
Families
Ostara.
already disappeared. They
Well,
don't
they
need
said
the
they
biggest
wanted to get
nice
the
one
biggest
anymore. It could be ours.
Finnegan, darling, it's up to your vote. This is a democracy, honey, so you choose whatever you prefer.
I'll stop touching your wife's pubes.
PvP! You catch me, so I don't hit Vasco.
Now he's just riling you up.
I pinky swear.
Don't
Why
worry, I'll
do
just...
you need a second house?
Because the other one is too far away. I have small legs.
The mountain is right there.
Yeah, 7 days away. This could be our holiday house.
And that's why we take the one that's
big
not a
one.
family Oh
The
my
biggest
god.
one.
The biggest
It's a big
one.
house. We can make it
He
nice.
needs to be able to fit his
I'm a
antlers in.
big guy. I need a big
Let's
house.
just get shit out the back.
Just dangling over the edge of the fucking canopy.
See, look, improvise, adapt, overcome. In the house furthest away, not disrupting the
How
livelihood of
about
the people.
this?
Get me one close to
Is that 20? Yes.
Okay.
I rolled persuasion, so I got 32.
Yeah, you've convinced me.
I take a deep breath in. Whatever he says, I like it.
Yeah.
How about
Yep.
this? We clean out the trash, and then we do a little bit of shopping. We don't know what these houses look like, and we let them help us decide.
Everything he said is perfect.
That's pretty damn right, if you ask me.
I fucking love being a boss.
We're entering the real estate market now.
Yeah.
Greatest bard.
It's a real villain of this.
I can't wait to move out of home away from
I'm
you.
getting real like flashbacks
Better
to my
not
actual
be
life.
my only fucking 20, or I swear to Jesus Christ himself.
Just Jesus.
Okay.
I persuade them all to just leave it for now, and then we will decide at a later date and I have to take them window shopping now for houses.
That's probably going to forget about it in 20 minutes. Like,
Oh my god,
I
my stomach
won't.
just growled for so long.
Through the interaction between the rest of the party, Pip kind of interjects himself and goes,
there's another batch of those coming.
hell yeah.
Oh,
Roommates, let's go right now. Like, can you pick me up some wafer sticks?
oh, what a ledge.
He goes, I think it is detrimental for you to know that everyone at that table are part of the same group. Okay? Someone higher up in their authority is definitely going to hear about you, whether you like it or not. It's just a matter of when.
That's fine.
Now,
Bothered.
if you wish, you can come stay with me for the night. I have the space, I have family to come and visit. Not a problem, don't mind. Or you can try your luck back at the canopy, get some rooms there.
What do we feel like is going to bait them better?
Is that
The canopy.
The canopy?
It was the
Love
texture.
space.
I like that. Yeah, canopy?
Yes.
He's a yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Canopy.
No, I don't agree. Hang on, you don't know what they're talking about. We were talking about staying at his house.
Canopy.
His
Canopy.
house. Drinks.
Easy
Food.
moves.
Yep.
I'll pay.
Drinks, food,
The canopy it
canopies,
is.
down.
Canopies.
It's a can of peas.
I was waiting for someone to say canapé.
Matt doesn't know what that is.
He's not fancy enough for that. So, Pip walks you all back to the canopy once again, and he goes, well, I'll just come back and get you in the morning. Yeah?
Sounds good.
Cool. I'm up pretty early, so if you just see me hanging out the front, don't rush. I'm fine. But sleep well, rest, see you in the morning.
Very well.
Beautiful. And he kind of puts his hands on his head, goes for a bit of a wander. He walks around very nonchalant, very relaxed, easy time. When you enter the canopy once again, the mood has eased a bit. All the cutthroats and the roguish types, they've all left for the evening, and now only a handful of the locals remain, which you can see immediately lets them converse a little bit more comfortably. They
The
feel
old couple's still in the corner.
no, they have gone.
Thank fuck.
The Undying bartender is still there, and he kind of sees you guys enter and goes, you looking for more drinks? Are you looking for rooms? What do you need?
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
I can do that. Do you want rooms close to each other, or do you want to try and all cram into one, or?
What's the cost?
That's a good question. I actually don't have the cost for rooms and stuff on here. Whoops. Wrong screen for that. Let's just say, I think it's like one gold. Fuck it, let's go 1 gold. 1 gold will get a room for 2, or you can pay like 6 and get like a big room.
Do we have
Do we have money? Yeah, literally.
You got your money.
Maybe they have money.
I'll get them a room for themselves because there's only so much squeaky springs I can deal with once per travel. Do you guys...
It's fucking violent too, we know that, right?
Yeah.
Finnegan gets pegged for sure, right?
Would
Except
Matt,
on the full moon.
would Matt have all the stuff he had from that online one-shot that we ended? Just so he's very wealthy.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
Matt,
sure.
Matt just pulls out like 10 gold.
Okay.
There we have a room each.
And we'll start a tab with the rest.
What do you do? Oh, I can do that. Yeah, what do you want? For that much money, you can have whatever you damn well please.
All the food. Puts another 5 gold on the table.
Cookie!
Oh,
Get the fire burning!
okay.
Finnegan will go up to the bar, grab the 5 gold, and give it back in your change.
No, we're starting a tab!
The hand starts getting my hair, like... but you guys are all able to, you all, the married couple, and then you 3 all get to have your own rooms. Eventually, dinner is brought to you. You know, you paid a fair fucking sum of money off the cuff, so you're getting a bit of room service. What does everyone's downtime looks like? Please try to keep it as PG as possible.
Damn it.
Go hard. We're not monetized, doesn't matter.
Just kidding.
What?
Can I kick this off?
Go for it.
Sure,
I
give them
wanna
time to
know
fucking
where
RP
Pip
their fuck
lives.
scene. What?
I want to know where Pip lives.
Why do you want to know where Piplup is?
Because I want to suck dick.
No, actually, it's for different reasons.
Make a
Probably just bubble
investigation.
Vasco's dead.
Like a lollipop. Fucking hell.
You did this to yourself, mate, honestly.
It was investigation?
Yep.
That's okay, it's a 5.
Nah.
I'm stupid.
The second, you know what I think it is? From the top floor of the canopy, Vasco's little blonde head sticks out, and you know what it is? It's the reverse zoom dolly shot. Whoa! There's so many fucking canopies, and you're like, nope.
It's the mushrooms.
Yeah. They kick, and you know what? You look over, you start looking at all the items, like, wow, that was crazy. The water jog. Hey man, maybe you should sit down.
They are fucking cool dice.
The pillow on the bed. We won't hurt you. We just want to have fun.
No, don't, because it's got to cut to him dropping the pillow.
And that's where Vasco's night ends. No, that's enough.
No, it's just face a fireplace, you know.
No.
A little down feather.
It's Vasco turning, and it's like,
Just as the curtains blow over and cover the ceiling.
You just watch him like grab both his pants and his shirt, and that's when the curtain comes over and covers his little bum cheeks.
It's canon.
Matching squeaky springs.
You're talking my language, pillow. Yeah.
big
This is
mouth.
why I made sure we all had our own room.
Vasco is big mouth. Give me a fucking chip. Lola.
We're sickos.
I did this to myself.
Matt is just eating. Like, only focused on the food that's in front of him, and as the plates start to empty, he just will flick another coin every now and again and ask for more to be brought to him.
Jesus Christ, you eat so much fucking food. You end up getting like sick as fuck. You're like, yeah, this is shit.
And he's eating.
God damn. What about Ostara?
I think it'd just be
That's enough giggling out of you.
I'm going to the bathroom.
a lot of processing what has just happened.
Calm down.
Sort of like strategically planning how they're going to murder the next lot of assholes. And then plays a memory game where she tries to backtrack to the last resurrection. But they've only gone, maybe they start like try and track back 2 days and then 2 weeks and then 3 weeks and try to see how far they can get. But every time they hit a block, it's sort of and stops and then leaves it for the night.
Can you do me a favour?
Yes.
And as a druid, you're spellcasting wisdom, right?
Yes.
Can you make me a wisdom check, please?
Yes.
And I'm gonna say, because you're taking the time to make a method to help Ostara's brain do it with advantage.
Alright. Check? 15.
15?
Yeah.
You, as you push on through the brain, through this mind palace you've got, trying to put these pieces together, there is a moment where you think back to earlier tonight rather, when you were walking through Dasso with your companions, and there is a moment of precognitive recognition when you turned back to walk back to the canopy with Pip. There's a reason why it didn't trigger a memory, is because last time you walked through here, the canopy didn't exist yet.
So with that, would she have been able to like pin the location as this is a place I have been, or like just get the vibe and try and
I think you would get enough of a thread to be like, I think I've been here before.
yeah, bet.
It's nice that the birds are giving us like a nice real
Ambiance.
environment.
Thanks guys.
Except for the coffee too, is there?
I was going to say, you can send the bill in mail. Lelianna and Finnegan.
Lelianna is...
Pre-sweat pit or post-sweat pit?
No. Lelianna is definitely not having a second dinner. They literally just ate before they got here. So she's going to retire pretty much straight away. And it will be the usual routine of doing a prayer and whatnot. So, like, she'll normally, because she has, like, a whole, like, prayer pack on her, so she'll sort of, like, lay out, like, this black fabric, and she'll open up the window and do it by the window, and she'll basically go into prayer with the Queen of Corvus and basically ask her, like, is this the right path? Is this something that, you know, you approve of? Do you want me to shepherd basically these people into the fucking afterlife because they're assholes and they're infringing on these people here?
Your religion's pretty decent, right?
I'm sorry.
There's a doggy.
That
You were crying.
Oh,
I didn't mean to
sweet darling.
You peed on me. On camera. That's a short.
Let me...
What's your religion?
my religion is a +8.
+8?
Yeah.
Make a religion check for me. With advantage, because you did the whole shebang.
That's not great, it's only 16.
No, that's good enough. 16, you're like, when you're basically like, I don't know, like, is what we're doing the right thing? Are we on the right path? You know what I think it is? I think there's a moment where you've got a candle, right?
Yeah.
On a candelabra on the door frame, the black fabric blows in the wind, and the flame almost goes out. There's been many instances when that's just one of the surefire ways to get a response from a god. A candle is a tool for them to speak to you on another level. And it goes, and it almost blows out, and then it reignites again, but with a little bit more kick. Even though she might have been a bit unsure on it, I think you get the message where it's like, helping people, okay, helping people that have been wronged by bad people is never a wrong thing, especially not in the eyes of the goddess of fate.
All right. With that, she'll probably, you know, take a stand and pack everything up, and she'll out of the window, like, you know, thank the Queen of Corvus and blow the candle out and put everything away, and then she'll kind of just like lay in bed, just kind of waits for when Finnegan's going to come to bed because she can't really sleep without him. She's too used to sleeping by him now.
No, Finnegan would have already been on the bed, but on top of the sheets, and he would have just been playing his lyre in a tune that would have suited the Queen of Corvus. He would have learnt something
Oh, I like that.
for him to play that as like a tune, so then it's like it gets it more in the mood for the Queen of Corvus to talk to you. It's his way of helping.
I like that. I reckon, like, you know, if you'd allow, before we, like, move on elsewhere, Lelianna would definitely, like, roll on her side and kind of, like, put, like, her cheek in her hand and go, so remember last time we spoke about kids? And then that was where...
Well, funny enough, the breeze that blew the candle that you were praying with, the wisp of smoke that you were sure had flown out the window, it floats back into the room. And not enough to be a major distraction, but I think it crosses paths as Finnegan, you're looking beyond everything and just observing your wife. And the wisp of smoke, it's when you're so focused on something in the distance that something comes right in the foreground and everything else loses focus. The wisp of smoke blows past your eyes and you're like, because, you know, like smoke makes your eyes water and you're like, oh, fucking hell. There's a bit of a shake in the melody. And then a draft passes through the room and pulls it back out the window. And for the split second that you were enticed by the dancing visual of the candle smoke, the clouds that blow up the sky part for a bit of moment, and you are met face to face with a thing that once brought you nothing but bane, but in your recent years of unlife have brought you strength and power. And there's a moment where I think, in a subconscious moment, the music just stops. Your entire body seizes, your hands lock, you can't move any of your muscles, and there's just that deep set in like the pit of your stomach, but it's like, no, we're good. And then I'll see if this comes through, but ever so faintly in the background.
Aww.
Stop, you little disturbance. You're ruining the game. I love you.
You're making it better.
Yeah.
But
Give us a howl. Give us a sound effect. Hey, it's the quiet boar.
wolf.
Yeah.
That was your stomach.
Oh.
You all find rest in your rooms. The soft glow of the moonlight through the clouds as the clouds close back over, drawing that curtain on the first moon. Into the early hours of the morning. You know what's up. The shattering of glass. Multiple glasses. And your nostrils are all beset by the smell of smoke and fire.
Da da da. Da 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 da.
You are then alerted to the sound of ragged screaming as people in the building that were staying there for their evening begin to shriek and yell. The smattering of footsteps running through the halls as people begin to exit as the building is very, very quickly going up in flames and filling with smoke. What are you doing?
Say that Matt doesn't wake up in his bedroom, that I think he's fallen asleep eating. So he's in
I
the
love
main
that.
area.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's really unfortunate for you because that's at the bottom floor and that's where all the fire is. So you wake up, this is fine, and there's fucking fire everywhere.
So for a second goes to go back to sleep, and then he goes, oh, hang on a fucking second.
The bartender runs up, grabs the other arm, and goes, "Come on, we're fucking leaving!"
Yep.
And he begins to pull
Lead
you
the
out.
way.
And rushes you out the front
Grabs a
door.
turkey leg as his front.
Absolutely, whole turkey.
Extra cooked.
Yeah, drags you out the front door. What are the rest of you doing?
Are we like too high up to be receiving things through the window, or are we just low enough that that stuff, like whatever they're smashing through the windows and stuff like that, is hitting our level?
It's you would just get that. Nothing. It doesn't seem to be any windows breaking on your level.
Okay.
It seems to be. I think you would know well enough. You probably know it before. That shattering, instant fire. That's a firebomb, baby.
Well, Lelianna's gonna get up if Finnegan's not already awake. She'll shake Finnegan awake, and anybody that's on their level that needs a hand getting out, she's gonna start helping anybody who's also staying on the level.
Yeah, for sure. So you open the hallway and kind of like just in like your normal day clothes, like just trousers and a fucking blouse, and you run out and there's like people like you see this like one like older fella in his 40s. He comes in, he's like. Like he can't breathe because of the smoke inhalation, and it's like dropping him. Like you're watching as like he's just slumping further and further to the ground.
She'll healing word him. Her healing word will just be go, and encourage him to get the fuck out of there. So I'll just put that down as cast.
Yeah, for sure. There's the invigoration, and he's stepping into goes, holds his breath and begins to sprint down the stairs as best
I got
he
max
can.
on it as well, so that's 8 for him.
Oh yeah, that gets him out the door. He basically like just zooms out the front. So you're out the front, Mac, like watching to see where the fuck your friends are, and this guy's kind of glowing in like this half golden, half blackened, radiant light, and you're like, that's Lel's magic for sure. But he runs out, and then when he's in the fresh air, he's like, and he like breathes out, and the glow
Are
dissipates.
there windows up?
Yes.
So Matt's gonna grab the bartender and be like, oh, we'll catch people. So he goes to reach into the haversack to pull out just like some kind of sheet to make like, you know, the...
Oh yeah, sure. You've got a camping roll in there for sure.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. So he's gonna reach out. The first person that jumps down and they catch becomes like there's like a double of them for a second. And Mac has this moment of flashback of realizing this is a magic cloak he's had the whole time that totally forgot he had in his bag.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is his the cloak of duplication or displacement.
Displacement.
Yeah.
So the window opens up and you see there's it's this young couple, like this young wood elf couple, and it's a woman. She's got a baby on her chest, like doused in, like wrapped in a blanket, and the husband's behind her, and he's got like just black soot all over his face, and he gives her a kiss, and basically like. He's like, hey, you know, because I know you're not going to do it, and he just pushes her out the window because he sees you two waiting, and you catch them both, and there's a weird, like a displacement as like it's almost like two timelines separate and they come back together. And she, like, you know, the bartender's a burly guy. Like, he's definitely got the manpower for it. And you'd see, like, he's got kind of flex. He's got some guns on him. He's kind of ripped. And he catches him.
approval.
And he goes, all right, come on, son, get out of here. And the guy goes, fuck it, and just falls backwards. And you catch him as well. He lands, grabs
Just
his
catching
wife and the
them,
baby.
tipping them for the next person.
Yeah, for sure. There's maybe like 2 or 3 more people, but by this point, the top floor empties out pretty quickly. It is only an inn. There's not 101 rooms in there. But by this point, it's just you 3 in there. Oh, you 4, sorry. So what happens now?
Do we actively, like, you guys are out and about, you guys have come out of your rooms,
Yes.
alright?
Covered in feathers.
For fuck's sake.
And sticky substance.
We'll grab our shit and go.
Yeah, grab our shit and go. We'll get the fuck out of there.
As soon as Matt's come out, before even doing it, can you have a look around to see if anyone suspicious is around?
Make a perception check. I'm going to say with disadvantage because it's smoke.
Yep.
How bad is the fire at this point? Like,
Pretty fucking bad.
not salvageable.
15.
15, you... We'll make it fair.
No, don't like that.
Well, I've been rolling like fucking dog shit. You know, I'm going to change the dice. Hang on.
Oh, sorry, I used the wrong thing. 12.
You don't see anybody. Not immediately. Only people that are running and people that are rushing out from their homes, attempting to like figure out what they can do to help. By this point, the canopy is falling. It is burned. It was brought to flame at a very fast rate.
Question.
Yes.
With one spell they have is frostbite, and I'm not trying to stop the fire, but would I be able to like sort of spread frost around the surrounding area to stop it from spreading? To try and keep.
Yeah,
the
I'll
fire
allow that.
contained?
What's it look? Because the canopy is basically like there's this huge boardwalk, heaps of beams that come up from different trees, and the canopy just hangs kind of on and in and off the tree. What's it look like as Ostara pulls the moisture from the sky?
Yeah, so she's sort of like just going like sort of crab walking along, so she's like both focused on it. And it's just pulling any moisture that's left in the air, and it's just forming little crystal bits of ice along the surrounding area.
Hell yeah. This icy cold ring like circles around the canopy and embraces it almost like frostbite. And the fire as it tries to melt, it just can't. Alchemical fire cannot beat magic frost. It's just not going to happen. And the fire begins to contain the roof slowly as the roof caves in, as you all sprint down the stairs and exit as the internal canopy caves in and the venue sunders in on itself. Smoke plume rising into the air through the trees.
Did everyone get out?
Matt looks around. Down to Vasco. Why'd you bring that pillow?
I'm sorry.
Inspiration. Oh god, where's the fucking coin? You get a coin for being
I'm still gonna coin from
you get a coin for being a good
the
boy.
regular game.
Excellent. Insane. What's happening, gang? You're standing out in front of this burning fucking...
Anyone who's left with burned or smoke inhalation is just going around and kill runes.
There's a few people that are kind of just like and your cure wounds is like instead of magic leaving, I think it's your magic pulling. So like there's let's say it's the bartender and he's like kind of keeled over now. The adrenaline's worn off. He's like and he's coughing over. You place a hand on his back and just as some of your spores enter through his nose and mouth and then pull all the soot and smoke out of his lungs and just
Take back 10 years of smoking.
yeah, a bit of black ooze pops out and he goes, cheers for that.
Yeah.
Lights a cigarette.
He uses the burning building to light the cigarette.
And go like you're matured.
This was some really bad luck tonight for us. Like, what are the odds?
He's not as good as myth. He's not as good as myth.
No, what are the odds?
This was
What are odds? I heard someone say it the other day. I'm not quite.
It's
How far was that drop, you said?
That's 200 feet.
well now that
I want to have a kid.
You can't deal with him.
I think I made Mac a lot dumber than he used to be. It's
What for?
You got punched in the head a lot last week.
Now that we're out, is there a chance that we can have a rush sort of look around and see if we can notice anything remnant of the people who have done this?
Make investigation checks.
Yeah, if anyone's. Can I look around and see anyone in the crowd who looks sus?
Yeah.
Sure, that'll be perception.
Only 15.
Okay.
Can I also look around the crowd?
Yeah. Any more orange ones in there?
Fuck.
While they do that, I'm going to ask the is it the bartender that owns it as well?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him if he saw anything at all. Like, where were you when this happened? Like, what did you see anything?
Mm-hmm. I'll get to that one.
Yeah.
What did you do, roll?
14.
A natural 20 to a 25.
Okay.
I'm using you to look over the crowd.
Underpermit on my shoulders like it's a concert. Yeah.
The bartender says you and he goes, well, I sleep downstairs. My room's put in the back. It's just easier when people come in late, ring the bell. I heard a bit of I heard one, and it definitely sounded like feet. Like someone hit the deck. But there was nothing leading up to it. There was no steps. It was just, he makes a noise. And then a couple of minutes, a couple of footsteps, quiet, bit of murmuring, couldn't really tell what they were saying, but by the time I realised there was people outside, fucking fires happened.
Would you recognize the voice? You heard it again?
Oh, look, maybe. But outside, inside, half asleep.
Would you say there was about 2?
I could hear maybe 4, 3 voices. Yeah. That's right. Forgive me. Just check the gems away from this.
You moved them there. That was your own fault.
I know, but I feel bad for crunching. Move the blanket.
I know I got a big cost one before and I felt terrible. That was loud as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Say we should start getting crunchy snacks, but it's not gonna happen.
There was that one day the other week that was terrible. We were all crunching on everything.
I know.
But it tasted so good.
I thought like it had picked me up even though like I was trying to be careful, and then I realised that I had my mic all the way back here and it was somebody else eating and I was like, oh, it wasn't, we were all munching.
And it was 20 what?
5.
25. No, we're gonna roll.
For the record, all of these are in character snacks.
I love my
Building's
parent.
burning. I'm watching it anyway.
I bought 2 boxes of
They're so
Those
good.
ones.
Is that white chocolate and raspberry? Are those ones also?
It's best flavour.
Come on, you can't be doing those.
Hell yeah.
You see, as you're sitting, I will actually, I do like those. As you stand on Ostara's shoulders,
Matt's handing out this like,
grab over the bartender who's weeping the loss of his bar. Have a good go, mate.
Breakfast!
Have a kick
On
back.
me.
Same stats as Goodberry. 1 protein bar, 1 HP.
What would you do for a corn back?
You see, super far in the distance, a half elf, vaguely, or elven type, long ears, standing very far from the distance. What seems to be a human, and a dwarf up one of the flights of levels, hidden away, and the silhouettes cast by the fire is one thing, but it's the subtle purple hum and glow that interconnects all three of them that really stands out against the orange. Oh. That's what it is. I'm gonna have my own power bar.
By his perch on Ostara's shoulders, he just that way, and then by the horn that way. Up there.
Huh?
Oh wait, you also have horns. You too. You should look
Just
at
on either side the horns. And Lelianna just grabs Finnegan.
All of us being led, essentially, we're that.
Then,
Do you point them out, do you?
Mm-hmm. How far away are they?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. About 80 feet away, up another level.
I can walk 20 feet.
Easy done.
Me too.
Lelianna just reaches down, picks up a rock, and goes, "None shall pass," and then drops the rock onto the floor and casts Forbiddance.
What's that mean?
So basically, I create a ward against any magical travel that projects up to 40,000 square feet of floor space to a height of 30 feet.
So no one can teleport within 4,000 feet.
There's more than that.
You just
There's more
fuck
than
with economies. Like,
and 30 feet above the floor. So for the duration, creatures can't teleport into the area or use portals, such as those created by the gate spell, to enter the area. The spell proofs the area against planar travel and therefore prevents creatures from accessing the astral plane, ethereal plane, literally fucking everything, even the plane shift spell.
this is OP.
And in addition, the spell damages types of creatures that you choose when you cast it. So it's just for like aberration, celestial, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Extra
So
planar beings, yeah.
yeah, which I don't believe any of them are. And blah 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 blah, and I can designate a password when I cast a spell, and then like if they can enter it and they like won't take any damage and shit like that. And it lasts all day.
Yeah, fair enough. So we're basically going to say that this is going to last until about 4 a.m. the next day.
Yeah, but
I'm going to move 20 feet closer to them and cast Hold Person
I was
on
going
all
to do that
three.
too, yeah. Oh, on all three? Okay, then.
Last whole person. Can you do it on all three?
Yes, I can, because I can cast it at 3rd level.
Let me just look some stuff here. Three of them.
Because I believe that is how it works.
Oh, I think it would have to be.
It might have to be
fourth.
4th.
I think it has to be fourth, or you can do two and I can do one.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Well, at this point, as they see a bit of the commotion, you guys begin to move. They do begin to turn to leave. Are you trying to stop them from leaving? Okay. What saves do they have to make?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
DC for me is 16.
Mine too.
Is it like a straight shot to them, or do we have to like climb a ladder?
You got to climb a ladder or have a walkway and the whole thing.
What distance would it be?
80 feet across, about 80, 90 feet across. About 15, 20 feet up. Okay.
all right, bet.
Because this would been spelling concentration. So if
What
they
was the save?
successfully hold,
16.
Dwarf succeeds.
The one that got away.
Half elf succeeds. The human man, however, stops moving and takes purchase.
Matt kind of looks at us. Charge!
Charge.
And we'll just start bolting. So I got 45 feet of movement. So I guess if I was to go and dash, I'd be getting close to them in one round.
You would be. I guess it means I have to bring a map out early because you guys trumped me one game. So move all your shit. Make room, children. Dad's bringing toys. So I actually forgot about them because it took me so long to do the main print. But everywhere you see one of these gaps in the planks, that is a ladder. That's an up and down, right? So these trees are obviously a printable scenery thing, but basically, if you come off this one, as an example, it's 200 feet. You come off this, it's 250.
So it's goodbye.
You will not survive that fall. But
Challenge accepted.
you guys are all running in from here. So what we're going to do, who would be leading the charge?
Mac.
There he is. He's a mighty good man. Who'd be behind Mac?
Hey.
New little Vasco. Had to repaint all these little tights because they took a bit of a tumble. And behind Vasco?
I reckon Lelianna's pretty hot on the heels.
Finnegan's like, you're right, she is hot. If she was the president of the world, she'd be Abraham Lincoln.
Fucking hell.
Sure, wing. That's probably not gonna.
Should be right.
Yeah. Okay. And then, would it be Ostara then Finnegan or Finnegan and then Ostara?
I think Ostara first, so then she can be closer to the dudas.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There we go, our little motley crew.
He's so fucking hot.
I know. Look at him. Oh. Just the way it's. Hold on. That's on my phone.
Where's hitting the angles?
Let me just.
I want to laugh too.
Oh, tell me you know what the muling joke is?
You get the reference, right?
Yeah.
Does the mean queen not get a meme?
I think we've done it.
Trick one
Are you
here.
talking about the muling or the mewing?
Mewing.
Mewing.
Oh, then yes.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
Oh, I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Neither does Matt, but neither does Seth.
These are the three you see here. So,
Get trolled.
let me just make
I
sure.
know these minis.
Yep, thank you. This guy is not held. The dwarf is not held. This humanoid in the middle, she is held.
Okay.
This is what you guys see running from one strip to the other. And as you're running towards them, you see there's a look between all of them. Oh, my head's going to come up the camera. I'll sit down. We'll go to the next one. There is a look between all of them. No moving of mouths, no communication, but there all seems to be a look of acknowledgement across all of their faces. And that's where we'll end this episode of Tomes and Tales, the Undying League, and we'll come back for combat in the next one. Otherwise, we'll be here for 4.5 fucking hours. Battle in the Treetops, gang. Gonna be cool. So for us, it's a break, and then for you, it's just a week, and we'll be back. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks.
Oh,